until that day when all are one. To me, my loyal Decepticons.
Hello guys, Pac-Man5698 here, and this is a guy I cannot believe really I got. Not just is it animated Megatron, but it is animated Megatron, the Takara version. I cannot believe I settled for the Takara version of this. Well, not settled, I just got it. Picked it up at KatsuCon 2013. So here is animated Megatron, considered to be one of the best, if not the best, Megatron toys in the entire Transformers franchise, and one of the best Transformers figures overall. And as you can see with the rest of the animated line, he's pretty big. And really, again, he's shinier in this version. However, of course, because he comes with sound chips, he is going to be voiced by a Japanese actor this time instead of Corey Burton, I believe. I think his name is Corey Burton. So, anyways, what is Megatron like in animated? I discussed this before. Megatron in animated is he really actually puts other Megatrons to shame, in my opinion. Even G1 Megatron, in my opinion, even design-wise, aside from maybe a kinda lazy backpack, but it's not that big, his personality is really, really, really fierce, and he doesn't really have to yell. You don't really have to do anything over the top to appear scary. Like, I think my friend Wilku said best, even if you were a Transformer the same size as him, or even larger, and if he walked in the room, you'd be like, whoa, what the heck is with him? So his voice is really, really done well. I even had the feeling that if you took away the effect that kind of echoes like this, that he would still be fairly scary. And also, again, his design is pretty good. He's got that nice buffy chest. He's got he's got the typical thin waist, but they make up for it by giving him very robust leg joints. He's got swords, he's got a cannon, and he can actually transform into a hovercraft, which I think is the best robotic mode of Megatron. So definitely best Megatron. My favorite Megatrons would be him, G1, and Armada. Those are my favorite Megatrons. But sadly, unlike the sadly, unlike the other two, animated was canceled in about 3 seasons, and he sadly never switched to Galvatron, which is something I would have really liked to see. It's such a shame. He never got the chance to transform into Galvatron. Such a shame. So, here he is up front. You got the cool design, and he is big. You have no idea how hard it is for me to get everything in shot, like now. Whoa. So, there he is. Whoa. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Megatron. Very cool. He's got that nice sword and that cannon. Decepticon Tyrant. Tommy Takara. Awesome. Okay. Whoa, this package is huge. Okay, can't read anything but Decepticon Tyrant. Megatron. Story. Can't read it. Gimmick. Transform. Robot mode. Vehicle mode. Light and sound. Weapon. It has one projectile here. Weapon. Sword. Here's advertisements for animated Starscream, which is kind of more correct. They do remove the purple, but they make it a shiny blue, so it's more like G1 Starscream. It's still not really animated Starscream, where it's kind of like a purplish gray. Blitzwing, Shockwave, Blackout, which was, I think, only released in a limited time in stores before anime was canceled. My friend Wilku, 9000, has this, and he is so happy he got it. I don't know who that, actually can't tell who that is or not. I believe Ramjet. Yeah, there's Ramjet. And also, here is him with his glowing green swords, whoa, fighting Ultra Magnus. Brilliant. Just brilliant. So, he is. One last thing I'm going to tell you will come off as a surprise. Burrow, 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 burrow. That's the sound he makes in jet mode. I have no idea how you hear a helicopter flying off as burrow, 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 burrow. Robot mode, he talks in several things I cannot hear. And I'm going to open up and see what he's like. Also, one last thing. You're not going to believe me. Corey Burton, who voices anime Megatron, is the same voice actor who voices Mole from Atlantis, the Lost Empire. And they have the exact opposite voices. So, yeah, bit of trivia to end this section. So, whoa. And I mean whoa. Here is Anime Megatron in his robot mode. Yikes. Okay, first thing I'm gonna say, I have never before seen a Takara anime figure with a card. Well, let me rephrase. I've only seen anime Blitzwing without a card, but here is Megatron Earth mode with his card. So he has a 10 in strength, a 10 in intelligence, a 10 in speed, a 10 in endurance, a 10 in rank, duh, a 9 in courage. 9? You look like a perfect 10 to me. 10 in fire blast and 9 in skill. Total 78. I'm gonna call BS because personally, I think he should have been an 100. Yeah, an 100 pretty much. He's 100 out of 100. I mean, I swear to God, at the end of the series, Optimus Prime, he won by luck. I am not joking. I swear to God, Megatron missed him accidentally. He won by luck. Maybe Megatron let him win. Yeah, because this guy's just so awesome. And we also have weird advertisement here. It's odd. It looks like some kind of Transformers video game. Yeah, it's a Transformers animated video game, and they show the package. They show these cards, and they have these arcade machines where you go and play them. This is weird. Do you like put your cards in these machines, and then you get the selected character or the character you bought, and you play the game online? It's weird. Let's see what else we have here in our little paper stack. Little contest, Wilku 9000, actually, if you're seeing this, please tell me you've heard of this already since you are the biggest animated fan. Golden Optimus. And this is, I believe, Optimus in the this is the Cybertron Optimus. Golden animated Optimus. So Wilku 9000, if you're watching this, please don't have that heart attack. We also have other stuff, you know, typical, you have the animated Optimuses, the other stuff, the comics, all that advertisement, since Japan is one of the most successful capitalist countries in the world. We also have awesome artwork with all those other uber sexy toys. We also have, do you know your Transformers? Duh. For me, at least. Stuff that's so bright you practically can't see it. We have Leader Megatron, Animated Starscream, Jazz, Bumblebee, and Ultra Magnus. Other stuff as well. I think we even have some stuff from the movies here. Other awesome artwork. The same arcade thing. And finally we have some interesting stuff about Megatron here, finally. So, here is artwork of Megatron in one of his coolest poses. He has two swords, as you can see, a cannon. He has an awesome aircraft mode. And here again are the stats reflected. It's a total 78, which still I call BS on. We also have him, of course his face with his other mode or whatever. We actually have an advertisement kind of out of place here for the Takara G1 Megatron. I say out of place because shouldn't this be a bio about anime and Megatron? We also have Waspinator, Starscream, and Swindle. Toy Story. Huh, maybe this was released in I guess it was released in 2009. Disney Pixar Transformers. Oh, it's Buzz Lightyear as a Transformer. That's clever. Other stuff, blah, 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 blah. So, this robot mode is, to say the least, very impressive. Not only does he come equipped with a bunch of accessories, but he's got a great paint job, even more so with the Takara version being shinier. He has a nice, beautifully printed on Decepticon logo, even if it isn't the right color. Also, you're supposed to press this and sounds will come out, but I don't have batteries. I need 2 AA's, and frankly, I'll show them later. I'm not worrying about that right now. You also have the 2 swords here, very, very awesome, or as I like to call them, katanas in this case, because, you know, Armada Optimus uses a saber, you know, G1 Optimus uses a mace. Megatron has flat-out katanas. Anime Megatron has flat-out katanas, just like Deadpool. So awesome. Also, I heard there was an outcry from, I don't know, a parental base of some kind. Why does Anime Megatron have katanas? It's so violent. Have you seen previous Transformers series? What the heck are you complaining for? You finally noticed this? Also, again, great see-through clear paint job. I love the detail on his face, even if his mouth is kind of goofy, they got right. He also, even if you don't notice, has this feature where you press down and his mouth will actually open and talk, but you can do it manually even better. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Is that the best you got to offer, Starscream? And to think you could actually lead the Decepticons. You couldn't lead a parade. Also, you have a brow, actually, which you can switch to reveal a madder Megatron, or if you pull it back, a more surprised Megatron. Hey, Megatron, Twilight Sparkle is now an alicorn. Oh my god. Also, you have even a back... Now, technically, he does have a backpack, but it's not that large compared to other Transformers. There are Transformers that do it much worse, like Beast Wars Razor Beast and Beast Wars Rat Trap. But when you look at it from the side, it can get a little bit distracting, but in the end, it's not that bad, and it makes for more of a backpack, like he's carrying some necessary stuff, rather than like he's carrying the entire half of his body. Now, it can be a little lazy at sometimes, but it's worth it, and it's also nice to have it kind of having it as a little backdrop. Whoops. Having it as a little backdrop against Megatron's head. Also, one thing I would like to tell again is that after G1, a lot of Transformers models had this problem where their shoulders are taller than their heads. So if a Transformer wants to see, it would have to turn its whole body. Like, this is a good example. Megatron's shoulders are taller than his head. Armada Transformers, Armada Megatron's shoulders are much taller than his head. Starscream's proto-cannons are right beside his head, so he can't really turn his head to look. Same thing goes with Armada Optimus, animated Shockwave, so it can get kind of annoying. So, yeah, there's no doubt that the shoulders make him look cooler, but unlike G1 Megatron cannot see past them. He literally has to turn around, although you could make the argument that his head is a little bit forward. Speaking of which, if I look at his head from the side, it looks like he's from War for Cybertron. But oh well. Anyways, he also got some nice legs that are robust and buff. They really keep him stable. Of course, the katanas are cool. You know, you can slice them around, slice and dice them. Bang, bang, bang. All that good stuff. Also, of course, actually, let me take out... Now, you could do this in several ways. One, you could have Megatron like this, where he has two katanas, which a lot of people say is the best form because you have two katanas and a cannon. Also, if you want to, but it seems like you have to sacrifice one thing. You'll have to not do anything with the katana in order to, also another problem is that sometimes if you want him to get him to stand upright, you just gotta, you know, do this with his, you gotta do this with his backpack and bend it backwards. So, if you want to control his cannon with both, with both swords, or katanas in this case, you may have to do this, but the katana is pointless. It looks like it's getting in the way of his eyesight or whatnot, so you could literally just remove it. Which brings me to my next point. This is the image that people are familiar with anime Megatron. He's just looking with simply one sword, and that's it. There are some cool, there are some very, very cool poses and fan art where he's holding his sword in the air. Let me see, I can't do it. Like this. And he's got his cannon pointing towards you. So this is a classic pose of anime Megatron we're all used to. Or you can simply have no swords and have him like G1 anime Megatron, where, you know, he just has the cannon. He has a free arm to do other stuff, so you can have him... There we go, CC, you can have him like that. He looks more classic, more like G1 Megatron. You can have him just doing nothing, just with his cannon. Or you could have him, let's see here, aiming his cannon and punching someone. You know, action, Megatron, go. CC like that, you see like that, I'm so angry, I'm gonna blast you. Or you can simply, let's see if I can remove it. Yes, it snaps on. Come on. There we go. Or you can simply have no weapon at all. You can have just a normal Megatron with no weapons. But then again, why would you want to do that when you have all of this stuff? You know. So, one thing I'm also going to show you is that... Whoa, sorry. I know this is long, but the robot mode is almost at an end. I'm going to review the negatives, and that'll be it. Is that they can go on both hands, arms, believe it or not. So I view it as like the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess rule, where it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. Megatron is always prepared. You can switch. You can use it on both. Come on, get on there. Whoa, it's kind of tricky actually. These three little pegs go into these three. So you just gotta slide in there. There we go. It's at the right angle. So I fast forwarded. Anyways, you can have him like this with his cannon, and the feature with the cannon is that it's spring-loaded, so you'll pull this section to the front, and that will actually create some kind of recoil on the cannons for a kind of realistic future, effect. So you'll have him... Whoa. Ah, dang it. Whoa, now it fell. That's just great. Anyway, so... you can have him like this with the cannon. It's kind of hard for him to stay upright, and you'll have the effect where you press on this little trigger and he'll fire the missile. Let's see if you can see the kind of recoil effect. Whoops. Oh, so by the way, I forgot it. You gotta pull it back. There we go. Whoops. And then it didn't do anything. Oh, the missile wasn't loaded in all the way. So you pull it back. Whoa, come on, stay still. Pull back and... what the... oh, whoops. Okay, here we go. There we go. And that is the cannon effect. So, anyway, yeah, that is... also, by the way, you want to reload it. Okay, you just want to put it in there and pull back, and there we go. So, that is it for, that's it for the good parts of this robot mode. Now, the bad parts really mostly come from his legs, where he has the same problem as Voyager Megatron, where you can tell these hips are made to make him stable so that he doesn't slide over or whatever. However, it's the opposite problem with Voyager Megatron, where his legs were too loose. Now they're kind of too tight, and because of the his transformation, he's kind of limited. So now you just kind of have to get him in some limited poses. You can't really have his legs like this, although they can go like this at times. There we go. So you can't have him like that, but he can't bend his knees forward, but you can bend them backward. But it can get really tight. And of course you're going to have to adjust this hip. So not having the knees bend forward is kind of odd for a very fairly articulate transformer. And again, you always have to push back his kind of cape in order to get his arm at or above a 90-degree angle. Whoops, press the box. Also, again, his cannon can take a toll on his weight. It could also be hard to snap on, as you just said before. And sometimes, again, because the katanas form as propellers when you put them in, and if you're toying around with him, they could bend easily, like that. But on the bright side, you would have kind of like a katana. You would actually have a gun blade. So Megatron is Squall, except he's not stupid. So yeah, and also I will admit sometimes this gimmick can get silly at times. Hello there. I am Megatron, and I am a brony. Wilku 9000 got Pinky Pool at Katsucon. Go check it out. So anyways, there it is. Now, the transformation kinda is easy, but at the same time it's hard. It's mostly about the legs. The front section is fairly easy. And actually there's a scene where Megatron does transform in the first episode he shows up, but then again, yeah, it's still kind of hard, even if you're watching the cartoon show. But of course you have instructions. The instructions here are fairly simple. You know, don't need them really. So what you're gonna do is, usually it would be nice to remove everything. You're gonna want to take his arms. Let's see, turn them like this. It really helps to have fingernails in this case. Ugh. See if I can do this. There we go. Flip the panels up. Put his arms in there. There we go. Make it so that his fists are facing sideways towards you. There we go. Bend him forwards. So that he's like that. You also want to get his little buttons here to peg in. There we go. Now, for the legs. His feet go like that. Then you kind of want to peg them in. But the problem is getting his... It's kind of like Shockwave, except Shockwave's was much easier. You have to get his knees or his buffy legs to separate, and it can get really tricky. There's supposed to be something that makes it easy, but it's just not. Also, you want to remove the wheels here, which will become his landing gear, which you can retract. There we go. So you're going to want to put them like this. It's really just finding that magic spot. Ugh. Here we go. So you do that, and you twirl them like this, so that the landing gear is facing you, obviously. Put these two legs together, peg them into place. Also make sure you have the feet parallel before you do this. There we go. Be nice to have the feet like this to make a good rudder. Let's see. Tuck them under this area. Right angle. Like that. Peg them here so it's a lot like Voyager Megatron still. There it is. Okay, so there's this front part. Now, you want to take this area, and you want to take this, pull it up. Till it's like that. Actually, now comes the hardest part. Putting his cannon on the bomb part. I swear, I only did this once. It was a matter of luck. It looks like you're about to break it, but really you can't. It's spring-loaded. There we go. Oh, no. You just gotta get a good grip on it, but God, it can get annoying. There we go. You're always gonna end up with stuff like this. There, oh wait, no, then this comes loose. Then this comes loose. See the problem here? Okay, so we got a break. Again, it just doesn't want to just close it sometimes. So there we go, my friends. It's finally in place. So afterwards, you take it, then you take the katanas, and this is one part I really like because I think it's brilliant. Fold the handle in, then you get propellers. You see it kind of locks in with the two stations he has here. Come on, snap it on, snap it on. There we go. Do the same thing with the other one. No, oh, whoops, put the handle in. Let's see, There we go. So anyway, here is Anime Megatron in his vehicle mode, and this is a cool vehicle mode, I have to say. Even if it is really annoying to put together, it is worth it because of all the stuff you see. Sadly, I need more room outside this tiny box, but the propellers are actually linked with each other through some sort of gimmick, and as you move one, let me see. There we go. As you move one, the other moves as well. Neat, huh? Also, he's got a really cool design. I really like how everything fits in here, and you really can't see any real, robot kibble, aside from maybe the Decepticon logo in his undercarriage junk, but even then the undercarriage junk isn't that bad. Also, great feature to have kind of retractable landing gear, although really you have to do it, I believe, like this. Let's see, fold it in, even the wheels have articulation, and you do something like that. So there we go. You also have this menacing pose. It just has Megatron written all over it. I like how the feet make a nice little rudder, and of course he still has that cannon that works even in his propeller mode, his hovercraft mode, as I like to say. So pure concentrated awesomeness. So overall, this is really cool, and really my only problem is that really these arm panels don't lock into the pits, I guess you could say here. They really don't walk in, so this whole thing can get kind of wobbly, but I think this comes into place with the gimmick. Also, if you have batteries in this mode, he has different noises whenever you press the Decepticon symbol. It's like, although on the box it says burrow, 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 burrow. No, it's just a helicopter taking off. So really, I think this gimmick is what makes it all worth it. They know that they know that they're trying to make Anime Megatron as respectful in the toy as he is in the show. So very good. Only real problems again are the flimsiness here and some undercarriage garbage. But aside from that, also I'm going to take out the land gear. But aside from that, this Megatron right here is awesome. In fact, in my opinion, the best Megatron toy ever made. Ever. So, overall, Anime Megatron here is definitely one of the best animated figures ever, and in my opinion, actually one of the best Transformer toys, period. He's definitely show accurate, he's got a great color scheme, awesome gimmicks, clever use of weaponry, also nice design overall, nice card he comes with or whatever. I could go on forever about this guy, but he really is good. Though, with the exception of say, the leg articulation, the flimsiness of his shoulders, and how difficult it is to put his cannon on the bottom of his head during vehicle mode. This is a perfect figure. Well, also, I'm just going to mention the fact that the head has no articulation, so just throwing that out there. But other than that, this is a solid figure. It's a really good addition to the toy line, and I'm really, really glad I got it at Katsucon. So overall, Transformers Anime Megatron here gets a 9.5 out of 10. He's a solid A figure. If you see this guy, and if he's at a reasonable price, get him. All hail Lord Megatron, and I'll see you all later. Decepticons, transform and rise up.
Support Cybertron. Subscribe.